In the stillness, we release the old, guided by the whispers from just beyond our reach. In the veil of night, new stories emerge as we begin to sing the journey's unwritten song. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me here, and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So, everybody, I do want to go ahead and just get right on into this message here. I was inspired to sit down and do a reading today regarding transition. So, this message is for somebody who may feel stuck or lost in a transitory space, moving from one thing to another. Could be job, could be relationship, could just be a rearranging inside of the self. This reading in particular is inspired a bit by the Tibetan Book of the Dead and this process of what happens after we die based on their belief and how we exit or ascend, how we exit the rigmarole here of getting back into reincarnation in life. So, let's go ahead and get into it, my friends. If this reading does resonate with you, please consider liking, sharing, commenting. Let me know how it does resonate with you. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to continue growing with all of you. So I'm going to do a little bit of a mix today of Oracle and Tarot cards to start. You do want to start with the tea leaf. Okay, I did get a new Oracle deck here, the tea leaf. So I want to look here to start, y'all. What it is that we're releasing, okay? What this looks like that we're leaving behind, the exit point of this journey here, okay? So what is going on for this individual as far as the journey goes? A broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. Interesting. Okay, I'll get back to this here too. I want to pull one of these as well. For what it is we're leaving behind, please, Spirit. So wish will not be granted. What this feels like to me more is something did not get granted. Not that this is something coming up. This would be something that we've already experienced as far as not having that wish come true. A dead end is kind of what I'm seeing. What else here, please, for the departure? The mentor. The cave here at the bottom, too. Well, that's actually perfect as far as transition goes. So we are leaving the cave. Allegory of the cave. We have been sitting in the cave here while there are projections being made from the light behind us, shadows on the wall, and what we have imagined to be reality we're starting to find is nothing more than an illusion or a construct, something that's been put together. I feel like that's what this broken wishbone is symbolizing. I'm being told to pull another one, okay? Like what you wanted your life to be. It's what I'm feeling is this, the transition from the fated life to the destined life. Shield, you need to defend yourself. Interesting. What I'm feeling on that, and I'll get to the mentor here in a second too. What I'm feeling on that with you need to defend yourself. It's like this this protection that's required because you're going through this process of transition where sensitive parts are coming up. Like there's this space that needs to be held or protected in order for you to let yourself release certain components. Like there's this flex that needs to happen in order for you to grow. Rigidity has no place here, for sure. Like that broken wishbone. Interesting. Those of you who are familiar with that transition, usually like, I don't know, Thanksgiving here in the United States with a turkey, anytime we have a turkey, I guess, any holidays, that wishbone is taken out and it's dried. And then you go through the process of breaking it to see who gets their wish granted. I'm getting something about rigidity versus that flexibility. Like when we're flexible, the wish is able to maintain in a whole state. But when we become rigid is when we're able to, or possibly able to break that apart or share that energy with another person. Ooh, interesting. Something about not sharing this with another person. So the mentor, I'm getting into this a little bit further here. When the teacher, or when the student is ready, the teacher appears. The mentor is an individual or an energy, those whispers from just beyond in that opening poem there. I'm feeling like whoever this message is for, and this is a general as well, you guys, so please keep that in mind. Use your head, heart, and intuition to decipher if this message is for you, and if not, please leave it behind. This feels like your higher self right now is guiding you through how to take advantage of this process, controlling that flow of information. Ooh, for somebody here, I feel like there is a reminder that you do get to control the flow, okay? If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, ask for that to be constricted a little bit, okay? To remember that you get to control that flow, all right? Okay, I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot here. Can we get into this a little bit further here as far as what it is we're leaving behind? This feels like a big Page of Pentacles, okay? This feels like a big change, you guys. As far as balance here goes, this individual standing on there, on one leg here. I get this feeling of a life that we've constructed and feel comfortable in, right? We know how to navigate. We know how to be in this world. But what's coming next, or what we're leaving behind here, is the way that we felt balanced before. I get kind of Two of Wands energy, Devil here at the bottom. Dark Night of the Soul, okay? Could be leaving behind components of ourselves that don't work for us anymore. Interesting. For someone here, I get the message of trauma, who we had to become thanks to a traumatic situation. We're now in a place where we are able to release that component, but this isn't an easy process. That component, very attached to our ego experience too, is going, I've helped you out this whole time, right? We've survived up until now. What are you doing releasing me? This makes sense why the defend yourself is coming through. There's a component of ourselves that's coming up that is resisting this moment of change. This person who's got their head down here, I get this message of needing to bring the eyesight up, okay? Look up. Look up, my friends. Anything else here on what it is we're leaving behind? Ooh, Nine of Cups. And the Emperor, okay. The Fool here at the bottom. Yes, we're starting something new. It kind of feels like we're not, for most of us, we're not in that transition space yet. This leaping off point here with the Nine of Cups is standing out to me with the Fool. A new journey beginning. There's faith that's required to take this leap, though. This is a heart's desire. Ooh, gosh, okay. This is big, got it, that we're leaving behind here. With the Emperor, this is the Divine Masculine principle. This is protection as well. So we're looking at defending ourselves. This is our power here in the present moment. Being present. So we're leaving behind something of a dream. Something that the heart truly wanted. This could be, for some of you, Nine of Cups can symbolize a child, childbirth. What I'm getting from this, though, is it's not a full release of whatever this dream is. It's going to be different for all of us, right? With the Page of Pentacles coming through here, I feel like we are morphing the structure of the song, right? The journey of the unwritten song. We're still writing this. There's something where we're being asked to pivot. Okay. I wish that with that wish not granted too. What is that wish? Can we look at that a little bit more, please? Ooh, the Page of Cups. Could be love for some of you. Two of Wands, there it is. Getting uncomfortable for the sake of our own growth. I was just talking about that earlier. This is standing out to me here, this like ghost hand making a heart. Those of you who've been around for a second, it's a new piece here. I kind of rearranged my set. That's just interesting that's coming through. This feels like, for some of you, this feels like a connection to another soul who has either passed on here or who has not incarnated. You have not incarnated at the same time. And this doesn't have to be romantic love, like a soulmate partnership. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about here. Somebody who shares your same rhythm. Ooh. Oh, interesting. What I'm getting, got chills on that. What I'm getting is like, how do I dance when you were my rhythm? Interesting. Ooh. How do we dance with no rhythm? It's a rhythm of the night. All night. Divine timing, everything has a higher purpose, and strength, determination, perseverance, and self-discovery. What I'm getting from this is there is a hit that we're taking here to our confidence, our power, like I said, by releasing this. What I feel is like we're used to dancing to a specific instrument or drums, piano, whatever. We can still dance, but we're being given an opportunity here to learn a new way of dancing. Interesting. I feel like this person, whoever guide, you want to look at it that way, an ancestor, whoever they are, it's coming through as a very guide energy. What I'm going to use my 8-bit tarot here. What does this person want to say to this other person? What this spiritual influence here? Because I feel like there's something in the way of the star. Fortune after difficulty, renewed hope. Ace of Wands here at the bottom too. A new journey starting. There's something new starting. Cry, but don't cry for too long. Let it out. Okay, there's a request here to truly grieve something. This is important to grieve it. Okay, gotcha. This is why there's a shielding that's needing to happen too. You're going into a state where you are more susceptible, okay? Vulnerable. Like the caterpillar in the chrysalis. Whatever this energy is, though, it feels like they got your back, okay? I'm drawn back to the wish there on that too. To not give up on this wish completely. Like I said, there's something about shifting it. Okay, let's move forward here. Further along into this message here. What I want to know further about this, please, Spirit. What are we looking at challenges-wise? Being in this liminal space or this transition. What are we looking at challenge-wise? Hand. That's interesting. Oh my gosh. In need of help, assistance, and guidance. You don't want another one there? Okay. Interesting that this hand was standing out here. So the challenge here is that we are in need of help or assistance and guidance. This energy's here, though. I feel like there's a difficulty in asking for it, or not asking for it, well, maybe asking for it for some of us, receiving it. Can I actually back up here 1 second? I want to look a little bit more here on what it is we're leaving behind with the animal cards. The golden egg. My goodness, you guys. This is the heart chakra. Heart's wish. Heart's wish. Heart. Okay. This could be love for some of you. Familial, romantic, what have you. It feels a bit like a broken heart. Something that, without that whisper, right, from beyond, we may have a hard time knowing which direction there even is to go. This feels like a darkness. Getting that, what is that? From Frozen 2, that song Anna sings, The Next Right Thing. After losing everything, it's just complete darkness. We're being asked to do the next right thing, the next step. Okay. As far as challenges, back to challenges here, please. Okay, totally. The vulture coming through. So this is death. This is the process that we're in right now. Entering the area where something is coming to a close, getting ready for something to start again. This is the Bardo, right? We're going to read into the Bardo a little bit here. Well, this is what we're in the Bardo right now, or we're entering the Bardo. The difficulty here is allowing the vulture to come through and do its job. Not maybe beautiful, seemingly right away. Death is actually extremely beautiful and vital, right, to all of our experience. This feels like something, though, where we feel something is so ugly, we can't even give our own attention to it enough to let it go. Interesting. Okay, let's get a little further into this. With the challenge here, please, Spirit, the moon, We're afraid, okay? Justice. I do feel karma coming through here on this. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm getting chills on that. The wheel here at the bottom as I flip that over. This does feel like something a bit destined, okay? We're on a track, so to speak. We get to decide our speed, but maybe not where it is that we're going as far as ascending goes. So with the moon coming through here, I do get this sinking feeling. This is our fear. This is our unconscious realm, the subconscious realm. There's something getting in the way of our ability to reach out for help, like with the hand, or to let something be. Let it be, right? Let it be, let it be. It feels like with justice here and karma, so this is balance, cause and effect. It could be something legal for some of you. I get more this hang up on karma, okay? I've talked about this a lot with karma. Karma is not an emotional experience whatsoever, and karma does not typically look like what we think it should or it does. Let's say somebody did something against us, was not okay, right? A lot of the times we can look for what we want justice to be or what we want karma to look like. You're going to get your karma, right? This kind of behavior is actually hanging on to that which is already decayed and needs to be taken away so that it can be reborn. It's not a failure to want balance or justice as a human, but to recognize that it is the human experience that is demanding this. It is the ego, it is the human brain. This isn't a right or wrong experience. Depending on what it is you're looking to do in this life, though, will determine how we navigate that or participate in that. Since we're talking about the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the whole thing with that, in 49 days, they believe, it takes for the soul to get through this. Essentially, you go through and there is a life review, but you experience everything in the light and in the shadow based on what your own mind believes or has experienced in this life. So this is actually very fitting. When we get to that point here with the subconscious, the moon, projecting in that afterlife experience, what can happen if we're not aware of what's going on to be the perceiver outside of what the mind is projecting, we can get looped back in to intense emotional experience, desire, that sort of thing. And the soul doesn't know any different if we're not prepared to tackle that kind of procedure, interesting, or endeavor. The weighing of the heart here, right, with Anubis and Mot. So it feels like this is the biggest challenge being in this transition space because we can get looped back into reincarnating if we don't release the control or expectation of that. People do not receive their karma most of the time in the same lifetime. And it, like I said, does not look the way that we think it does. As an example, in one life, maybe you were very controlling and took choices, sovereignty-wise, away from other people. In another life, you may have that done to you. You see what I'm saying? Or you may be in a position where it's very difficult yourself to make your own choices or to recognize your own sovereignty. This is what karma can look like. It's not a tit for tat, okay? Somebody is having a hard time releasing something regarding that. I'll do Citadel. What else here, please, in the challenge, being in this liminal space? The musician, hey, letting that new song be written. The Musician, inspiration and gratitude. Interesting. It feels like for someone here has a talent to tap into the Akasha here, the field, however you want to look at that. Someone's being reminded to recognize that this isn't the same kind of experience that most people have. Okay, anything else on that? And the Queen of Pentacles. The choice, that is interesting. Five of Cups here at the bottom. A need to turn away from disappointment. This one in particular is interesting because she's starting to pour one of the 2 cups into this void, although 3 have already been spilled. Very Tibetan Book of the Dead. With the Queen of Pentacles being in the Bardo here, being in the Bardo, she makes the decisions that she wants to experience here in this life as far as abundance goes. She has that to share. Very nurturing, caring individual. She knows her worth and she knows her power. Awareness is what's coming to mind for me here. We're being asked to unhitch from this energy of controlling the vulture. Interesting. Okay, anything else on that? Obsession. Yep, totally. Focusing too much on one situation, the need to take a step back. So, and creativity here too. Have fun, express yourself in new ways. This feels like a bit of an avoidable trap here, okay? Whether or not with the Tibetan Book of the Dead, if that is the truth, there's a bit of it there. Whatever we are obsessed about here in this life is going to make it very difficult for us as a soul afterwards to move to where it is we need to go next. If there's any sort of major hang up on something here, okay? Let's move forward. What about, I don't want to start with that. What about advice here towards this energy, please, Spirit? What do we do? What do we do? Ooh, you want both of these? Ooh, candle. You will be shown the way. Okay. So allowing yourself to be open to what it is you're being shown. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Interesting. So this could be, for some of you, like I said, could be love that's come through here, where that heartbreak has happened. Want one more? Not this? Dagger. Fear, worries, tense situations. Okay. Again, with this energy of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, our goal is to not allow our awareness to slip underneath some of these emotions. As a human, we're still going to experience these things, but to recognize that we don't need to be stuck there, okay? We can learn to dance to the beat of another instrument. What else do we have here advice-wise to the animals? Ha, there's the cobra. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. Advice here, please, for... Oh, that's too many. Too many. It's just too many. Holy shit. Advice, please, Spirit. Oh, the zebra. Well, hey. Hey. So we're talking about creativity quite a bit here. Learning to dance to a new rhythm, like I said. Being, what is the word? Expressive, okay? Maximalism is something that's got to really enjoy. Interesting. Gotcha. There's a balance. Got it. There's a balance between this life, experiencing this life, what we find to be purpose, what purpose finds us, learning karmic lessons, that sort of thing, preparing for what comes next. So not missing out on the beauty of what life has to offer just because the goal is to, master this exam, right? When we pass. We're being asked to balance here. That obsession or fear towards what does come next can get us hung up here too. Okay, anything else here, please, as far as advice, Spirit? Eight of Pentacles, passion towards work. So this keeps coming back to, there's the Empress there too. We have, could have been a divine counterpart, like I said, healing, nurturing, but allowing ourselves to be made new, to be reborn. The moon is attached to, that's actually a beautiful representation here. With our fear being in the challenge here as we're in the bardo, this is connected to our life. Like I said, as we come back to reincarnating here, what is hidden here in the subconscious need not be feared. Those whispers that are just beyond our reach. Interesting. Okay. That candle there is standing out to me as well. You will be shown the way. Okay. Anything else on that, please? Advice, Spirit. Queen of Wands. Being confident, right? Our solar plexus energy here. Our identity. A healthy ego. I'm just getting this message of like, be not afraid, right? Be not afraid. Easy to say, or be afraid, but also work to recognize the experience of the perceiver that's experiencing the fear of the human body. This is where we find that balance and comfort. Okay. I want to know what we have waiting for us on the other side of this transition we're going through, please, Spirit. And I am going to do an extended here, you guys. They will be for sale individually as well as on the 3rd tier of membership if you're interested. Links for everything are in the description of the video as well as a pinned comment, okay? So what are we looking at? What's on the other end of this transition? When we give into this transition. Ooh, the peacock. Oh, I flipped it over. Not upside down. The peacock. This is a very rare individual, very rare energy. This is somebody who can metabolize any sort of emotional experience. So anything that's been weighing on our heart, in our subconscious, we're finally processing through these difficult bits that need to go. Anything else on that, please? What are we looking at with this new beginning? Ooh, Queen of Swords. I feel like handling the truth is what's coming through for me on this. A better way to receive and express the truth. Interesting. There's a component of mourning to that as well. We've got Lovers here at the bottom. So this could have been a relationship for some of you. This is a choice, though. It's balance between the masculine and feminine energies as well. A better balance, right? Can you tell me a little bit more on the Queen of Swords, please? The 8 of Wands. In reverse, okay. 8 of Wands in reverse. It feels like a slower pace. Interesting. Maybe you are used to dancing to a quicker rhythm. This pace might be a little bit slower, but there's nothing that's lacking about it. Interesting. Awakening, a realization, shift, or discovery. I'm going to pull one other, I'm out of space here, I'm going to pull one other here in the 8-bit tarot on this realization, shift, or discovery, please. Too many. You do want this one, okay. The 4 of Wands, hey, there's death too, in reverse, right? We're not resisting that anymore. 4 of Wands, so we're crossing a major threshold. This is graduation is what I'm feeling here. What I'm seeing is like a clarity that's coming with an afterlife experience. Something that's been foggy, hazy, or full of fear begins to clear up when we face that fear, when we allow it to flow, when we allow a new instrument to come into our lives. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull a medicine heart here, and then I'm going to go into the extended, like I said. So last message here, please, for my friends. Yao Yas, I'm going to read it to the camera here. You are at a growth edge. Hey, beneficial connection is available with those who have skills different to your own. You will continue to accomplish much through your own merit and resourcefulness, and yet there are others whose destiny is intertwined with the fruition of yours. Your evolution shall accelerate as you give and receive with discerning wisdom, experiencing mutual enrichment in a satisfying way. That giving and receiving with discerning wisdom, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so it kind of feels like there is a person coming forward for some of us here too. Doesn't have to be romantic, like I said, but it certainly could be. Okay, I love you. I hope that this message is helpful, you guys. I'm going to the extended, like I said. If you want to join me there, links are in the description. I do also have personal readings open and available if you guys are interested in that. My personal mentorship, Reality Recoded mentorship program is available also. Links are in the description there if you want to apply for that. You're ready to explore a bit more or to grow a bit more in a spiritual sense. I'll be more than happy to chat with you to see if you'd be a good fit, okay? Links are in the description as well if you want to support the channel a bit more directly through donations. I truly appreciate it, you guys. And again, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon. Please take care of yourselves. Be well.